Hi, this is Adam Holland here. If you're watching this video, you're probably already on grnwealthplan.com, and this video is going to be about team leverage. And before I go into that, I kind of wanted to start out with something I was just reading online. It was a quick little entrepreneur joke, and let's just name them Bob and Joe, I guess. Bob asked Joe, so what made you decide to go into business for yourself? And Joe asks, well, it was something that my last boss had said. It's something that was, very inspirational. And Bob says, what was that? And Joe replies, you're fired. And I can relate to that because I was let go from, I think I've been fired from 2 or 3 jobs. I think now I just turned 27. I've quit jobs before. I've gone through virtually a job a year on average. Just because, not that I'm anti-authoritative, but I just didn't like having control over my own destiny. I didn't like being told what I had to do and when when to do it. I wanted to have control over where I spent, where I spent my time, who I spent it with. I wanted to have control over who I worked with, and owning my own business gave me that freedom. And what I wanted to talk to you about today was more specifically, not just having that time and that leverage over yourself, but having a leverage over a team, or so to speak, or not control over a team, but using that leverage to create to create wealth. And I'm gonna go through a little bit of a PowerPoint with you here, and I'll explain a little bit more and why you want to go, why you want to have a team, why you want to have leverage. Things like that. So pay attention, and here comes the PowerPoint. And I'll be back with you right afterwards to wrap it up. All right, bye-bye. Hello, this is Adam Holland. Welcome to this PowerPoint here, and I'm going to just jump right into this. I'm going to go over 3 basic things here: is how to make over $500,000 in 1 year with Global Resorts Network. I'm also going to be going over to why you want to build a team, and lastly, why we want to invest in you. Again, and that's a huge thing, is we're going to invest a lot of time, a lot of our own. I've already invested a lot of my own time and a lot of my own money to be able to train my team and to lower that learning curve. So let's get into the power of leveraging a team. First thing we're going to want to do, even before we start talking about building a team, is you need to take personal responsibility over your own home-based business. When you spend some time on training, spend some time on marketing and on personal development, you're growing yourself from the inside out, because what's the saying I heard? Your net worth will never outgrow your self-worth. And you need to, first of all, invest in yourself, and that's the best investment you can make. The next best investment you can make is in other people, and that's what we're going to talk about, team leverage. But again, you need to learn the right skills and how to be profitable yourself before you can teach other people how to do it. After you've made yourself profitable, the real goal here in doing this training, learning how to market, personal development, and setting forth an action plan and with goals, what we really want to teach you is how to learn how to make 2 platinum sales per week. And what that means to you is, for 2 platinum sales, that's $2,000 in your pocket per week. $2,000 in sales per week, or it's a $3,000 membership, of which you pocket a $1,000 commission off of. So 2 of those a week, $2,000 per week, which means that you're making over $100,000 per year on your own personal sales alone. This means that at this point, just by doing retailing of the product without even looking at the teams, you're now a full-time internet marketer. Hopefully, if you're making $2,000 a week, hopefully that has surpassed your full-time income at your job, and now you can be and what this SAH here means is, usually if you see SAHM, that's a stay-at-home mom, or SAHD, stay-at-home dad, or if you're not a parent, you could be a stay-at-home husband, stay-at-home wife, or just a stay-at-home single person, stay-at-home partier, whatever. And this is where you start to have a lot more control over your time. So this is the real first step. Now moving into the power of team leverage. And this is what it's all about. Leverage means that you're earning money when you don't have to do the work. And the reason I have all these little 3 stars here, these little asterisks, is because in order to be able to make money when you're not doing the work, you need to teach other people how to be profitable and how to be successful in this business. That takes the work. And once you've gone and done that with some people, now you're starting to make money off of other people's efforts, which is what your boss is doing to you right now, which is what franchise companies have over their franchisees. And there's another 100 different examples I can talk about with that. So now you've learned how to make your 2 sales per week, and what we're going to do is we're going to teach 4 other affiliates to do the same. So if you take 4 of your affiliates plus you, that's 5 total affiliates. Total of 5 affiliates doing 2 sales per week, which is now 10 sales per week, is $10,000 per week. And the reason we got $10,000 per week, and this is $10,000 per week in your pocket, is because on a platinum sale of $3,000, they make $1,000 and you make a matching $1,000. So no matter if you're making a sale or if your personal team members are making a sale, you're making $1,000 per week. And if that doesn't make sense to you, just go back and look at the perpetual leverage compensation plan through GRN. That's above this video on this page right here. So again, your 2 sales per week for the people, 2 sales per week is 10 sales per week. $10,000 per week in your pocket because of your own sales and the matching bonus, and that is $500,000 plus per year. That's over $520,000 per year income from home. So that's what we're talking about when we're talking about leveraging other people's time. This is what we're talking about when we have a huge incentive in investing in you, because quite honestly, I'd much rather have people on my team making the sales than me, because I love marketing, I enjoy what I do, but I'd rather have other people making that same money and me getting paid to help them out. Because for selling a platinum travel membership is one thing, because I kind of feel good, because you're going to have people that are going to save tons of money on their traveling and with their family, and they're going to have just incredible memories that are going to be produced because of those trips they're going to be on, because of the deep discounts they're getting through GRN. That feels pretty good. But what feels better is being able to reach out and help somebody that they just need your mentorship, they need your leadership, and they need to learn the skills that you know, and being able to reach out and pull them up from where they're at and elevate them to their own position of leadership. There's no greater feeling than being able to help somebody out in that regard. So switching from the PowerPoint, I'm going to go back and wrap things up. Here we go. Hey, welcome back after the PowerPoint presentation. I hope now leveraging a team of people for a mutually beneficial goal is starting to make a little bit more sense to you. The first goal again is going to be learning how to do internet marketing yourself, learning how to create a full-time income yourself, and as you're doing that, you're learning personal development, you're learning how to become more of a leader, you're increasing your communication skills, and you can now become a team leader. And when you become a team leader, now you start to see your income exponentially grow because of that. So I hope that's given you some more insight. I hope you're starting to realize the power of team leveraging. I read a book by J. Paul Getty called How to Be Rich, and in that book he said, I'd rather have 1% effort from 100 people rather than 100% of my own effort, which means that it's going back to the team leverage thing. And another quote that I remember hearing is, if somebody's hungry, you can go and fish and bring them a fish, and you fed the hungry man, or you can teach that hungry man how to fish, and you fed him for a lifetime. It's about productivity, and it's about duplication, and it's about a real win-win business relationship between you and your team, and is a huge incentive in becoming a team leader because of that. So I hope that's giving you some more insight. If you're not on my site, check out grnwealthplan.com, and if you're on the site, keep scrolling down, get some more information, and we'll catch you at the top. Later, bye.